Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm back today with a new video for you, and it is going to be a book review over The Princess Bride by William Goldman. So I'm just gonna say that I really love the movie, and I also really enjoyed the book. So I had seen the movie a long while ago before I read the book, and I actually feel like in this case, watching the movie before you read the book might be the best way to get like the best Princess Bride experience, because pretty much everything that is in the movie is also in the book, but whereas the movie has like time constraints and everything like that, you don't have everything that is in the book that is in the movie. So I'm going to give you guys more of my thoughts on the book more so than the movie. So this book was written by William Goldman, but it's presented that it is an abridgment from the original Princess Bride, which was written by S. Morgenstern. But in all actuality, William Goldman really did write everything in this story. Pretty much all I have to say is he's pretty much a genius. Goldman presents to us that this is a story that his father read to him when he was younger, but as he's gotten older, he has realized that the story that his father read to him was much shorter and condensed than the full version of The Princess Bride, because his father only read him the good parts, which was all the fencing, fighting, adventurous stuff, and his father left out all the boring parts, which is, you know, i.e. history of the royal family and all this description of all these monsters that were in the Zoo of Death, or like the 20 pages on how women pack their stuff. So some of the things that you can expect to be in a story of true love and high adventure are fencing, fighting, true love, passion, hate, revenge, death, and a miracle or two. The story starts out with Buttercup and Wesley. And Buttercup is a daughter of a milkmaid. She is a commoner. And Wesley is a farmhand who works for her father on the dairy farm. Eventually, when they grow up, they fall in love, like a lot of young people do. And Wesley decides that he is going to go off to the other country and try to work and make enough money so that when he comes back, he can marry Buttercup and start a family. So after Wesley leaves, news gets to Buttercup that the ship that he was on was kind of like overtaken by the dread pirate Robertson. And the bad thing about that is that he kind of has a reputation of not leaving any survivors. Sad face. So Buttercup takes this news and she pretty much assumes that there is no way that her Wesley has survived. It is not long after this where Prince Humperdinck enters the story, and him and Buttercup become engaged, even though that Buttercup has made it quite clear that she does not love Prince Humperdinck and that she probably never will. On the day that Buttercup's engagement to Prince Humperdinck is announced, she is kidnapped by three men whose names are Vicini, Feznik, and Inigo Montoya. And this is pretty much where the story really begins and takes off. Okay, so let's talk characters. I really love the characters in this book. I feel like I get to know the characters better in the book than how you do in the movie, because there are some background characters for Physique and Inigo Montoya, and that way you can just kind of see which has happened earlier in their life and the reason why they are the way they are and how they were brought together. And I'm just gonna say Inigo Montoya, such an awesome character. I pretty much love him. So cool. And then you have the man in black, who is your hero, and he's so witty and sarcastic, but kind of in a good way. I feel like there's two different kinds of sarcasm. You have like the fun, you know, good-natured sarcasm, and then you just have someone being just really mean sarcasm, which I feel like a lot of the times that's the kind of sarcasm that you encounter more of than the, you know, just witty, good-natured kind of sarcasm. Buttercup is actually, to me, is more of a likable character in the book than she is in the movie. In the movie, she kind of come off as ditzy and kind of cold, and just, you don't really see her develop very much as a character in the movie, but in the book it's quite different. You just really get to see her transformation and how she grows in the story better, and she's actually herself pretty funny as well, which is really great. So I only really have one thing about this book to share with you guys that I kind of didn't really enjoy as much, and that is like when William Goldman would take a break in the story and then just like he'll be writing himself and just explaining things. Sometimes it wouldn't bother me because it wasn't like, there wasn't a lot going on within the story, but then at other times it felt like he was just like stopping in a really intense adventure adventurous, lots of going on scenes where I'm just like, okay, I didn't really want to take a break from what was just happening because it was making my heart race. I will say that all the parts that William Goldman writes in as himself within the story are really, really good, and they do serve a purpose. It kind of just adds to the storytelling, which is one of like the really great, awesome features of this book. I can probably keep rambling on and on about this book, but I don't want to give anything away, and I'm still trying to learn on how to, talk and tell someone about a book and all the things that I liked about it, but without giving too much information, because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, because I really, really think that you should read this book and that you'll pretty much enjoy it. And part of the enjoyment is just coming to all the things that happen in the plot and experiencing it firsthand. I just really am afraid that I'd kind of take that away from you, and I would feel awful if that were the case. So with everything being said, I am going to be giving The Princess Bride 5 stars out of 5. I really, really love this book. It's just pretty much great, and I really think that anybody could read this story and enjoy it to a certain amount of degree. Even if you don't love it, I still feel like people would really, really enjoy and like this story in this book. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that this review was helpful and it gave you some ideas or good insight on if this would be a book that you would like to pick up and maybe enjoy. So until next time, see you later, guys.